That's cool.
No, Cameron. Cameron.
Regrettable, the events of one tragedy have turned this place a fine venue of entertainment to now the most notorious crime scene in the country. But let me take you back to that night. Now, it was Good Friday, a time of penance and reflection, but it was also the scene of a massive celebration here in Washington, marking the every major public building in the city was covered in gaslight, and there were wonderful firework displays up in the sky. Now, Friday was a bit quieter, but on this stretch of 10th Street, it was very busy because Ford's Theater was getting ready to present a production of the comedy Our American Cousin. It had been well known throughout the day that President and Mrs. Lincoln would be attending the play that night, joined by their friends, colleagues, General Grant and his wife, Mrs. Grant. But as it turned out, the Grants could not attend. They were instead replaced by the Lincolns' other friends, Major Henry Rathbone and his fiancée, Clara Harris. Now, when this party of four arrived in the president's carriage right over there in the middle of 10th Street, they walked through these doors and entered a packed house which erupted in applause for the man who had saved the Union. Now, myself, I was on duty that night right across the street, Washington Metropolitan Police Headquarters. At around 25 after 10, there was a low rumble heard outside our doors. Before we knew it, our doors burst open with men telling of the most astounding news. President Lincoln had been shot at Ford's Theater. Someone had managed to get inside the theater, into the presidential box, and while not everyone heard the pistol fire, they all saw what happened next. The assassin leaping from the president's box onto the stage and then running angrily out to the back of the theater. Now, what was even more astonishing than this terrible crime was the identity of the assassin himself. Dozens of witnesses were interviewed, and they were all in agreement. The man who had shot the president was none other than the actor John Wilkes Booth. Now, you may know John Wilkes Booth as the younger brother of the famous Shakespearean actor Edwin Booth. John Wilkes is famous in his own right, known throughout the country, and only 26 years old. Now, there were always rumors of Mr. Booth's sympathy for the Confederacy and the Southern cause, but how was this possible? How could this man get into Ford's Theater, shoot the president, and then escape through the back of the theater without being touched? Now, did Booth act alone, or were there others involved? Now, in the first 40 or so minutes after the assassination, more witnesses were interviewed, and they spoke of something vast and unprecedented rumored to be happening in the city at that very moment. Rumors that Washington was under attack in the midst of an invasion from Southern forces. There were rumors that other assassinations were being carried out against other important people, like the Vice President, Andrew Johnson, Secretary of State William Seward and General Grant while changing trains out of Baltimore. It was even rumored that Southern troops were marching on the city, meeting up with Southern prisoners who had escaped from the Capitol prison and were now vowing their revenge on our nation's capital. It seemed that after 4 long years of war, our hard-fought victory was collapsing before us in terror and chaos. But right there in the middle of 10th Street, a company of soldiers were struggling to carry the body of the wounded President Lincoln to that small boarding house across the street, leaving a trail of the president's blood in their wake. Now, if you follow me across, I will tell you what happened next.